A's Extra.
Welcome back to the Anglers Extra pregame show. I'm Josh Schaefer, joined by A's manager Tom Holliday, and it's time for the manager show prior to Red Sox and Anglers here at Red Wilson Field. Coach, a 3-game losing streak for your squad, but you were able to get the bats woken up a little bit last night, scoring 6 runs on 9 hits. What did you learn about your offense yesterday?
Well, I think that when you fail and have a couple of bad days at the plate, start to press a little bit, and that's natural. And we have that. It's rampant right now, and we're losing. So going to the ballpark, not quite as much fun when you're not going good. And last night we started to loosen up a little bit. We got our rear end kicked, and maybe because the game was over early, we finally relaxed a little bit. That might sound funny, but there's no whips or chains going on in our dugout when we get behind. And we had some guys loosen up, swung the bat pretty good. Normally with our pitching, 6 runs wins. Well, last night we gave up 15. So obviously you're not beating anybody giving up 15 runs up here. And their kids came out and swung the bat really good. But more importantly, I'd like to settle in on about 5 or 6 guys and play them every day, but we're playing so much baseball, I just can't do that. It's against every fiber in me I don't want to wear kids out to where this is no fun. And gosh, I don't know, man. You probably know better than I do, but 10 or 11 days in a row already, and we got, I think, 12 more before the All-Star break or something like that. 11 more, whatever. And the sun, the weather, it looks like it's going to be clear. So I'm going to try to put kids out there that are healthy and not wear them out, because I don't want them going home on me.
How do you do that when you try to structure your lineup maybe to play a matchup a little bit? So, for example, you're seeing a lefty pitcher today, and you've got a whole mess of right-handers in the lineup today. How do you keep guys rested but also kind of structure your lineup against a lefty, for example?
Well, tonight it just kind of falls that way, and 4 or 5 of the guys that didn't play yesterday are right-hand hitters. So then we get a lefty today. So it makes me feel good. I like the way Terrell swung the bat yesterday. I'd like to have played him today. But you know what? He's played about 9 in a row at first base. Paxton Wallace has been crushing the ball. And, he's just kind of like taking his at-bats and keeping his mouth shut. But today a lefty, I get him in there against a lefty. And last time he faced a lefty, he crushed the ball. So some of these oddities, they'll take care of themselves. We will shrink, and we're going to, we're talking roster pretty heavy this morning. We got one of our new guys in. I'm going to have to adjust the roster. We may be losing an arm. It's one of those things right now where I'm kind of looking at that last run after the All-Star game, because I think our whole division is going to be up for grabs. Nobody's separating from anybody.
Well, you're tied with the YD Red Sox for first in the division right now, and that's your opponent today. You mentioned that you might be losing an arm. What is the plan moving forward for the bullpen if and when you do lose an arm?
Well, we've had 2 guys in the bullpen until Hugh Fisher got here. And then he kind of gave us a lefty, and we started him, because that's what he wanted to do. His pitch count wasn't up very high, so after 2 innings we got him out. He fatigued a little. Then we pitched him in the bullpen, and we brought him in a game. We were 6 or 7 runs down, and when you've played at a high level, and you've played for a national championship team, going in and where it looks like you're mopping up is no fun. The mental thing is no good. He's probably used to tight baseball, and so the next time he goes out there, could be as a start. If we lose a guy, which we're in a holding pattern right now on Parker Scott, and we have 3 guys in our bullpen. That's not very many. So last night we get blown up, and we have to pitch Huey Morrow and Georgie Arenas to save our bullpen. So technically we're in pretty good shape. I mean, we still got our 2 guys in position to make it through this run of 20. I mean, it's not easy. But if we don't get 8 good innings out of our first 2 guys, we're in trouble. So the 9th inning could belong to anybody. If we're winning, we'd like to get Merriman in there. If we're losing, well, it could be anybody.
Well, the Anglers starting Dan Fetterman today, the right-hander from the University of Miami. Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck today against YD.
Okay, good.
We'll hand things back over to Cooper Boardman for more as the Anglers Extra pregame show continues.